Hi guys, this is Tom from Hawfish, and I wanted to make a quick video to help customers apply the decals to their vehicles or whatever they're applying the decals on. In this case, obviously, we're going to apply it to a window. So I'm going to go through some of the things you need. I'm going to show you exactly how I would put it on the window, how to line it up correctly, and how to apply it. So first off, you want to make sure the windows are very clean as you can get them. So you need things like paper towel or Windex, or you can even use alcohol or a microfiber towel. You need something like that. The next thing you need is a squeegee. Now, the vinyl guys like myself, we have these fancy ones, but you don't. All you need is something plastic with a straight edge on it that isn't too hard, that won't tear the paper when you're putting on the decal. Find something like that, even a credit card, an old credit card, old driver's license, something like that could work just as well as these. The next stuff you'll need is a piece of tape. I prefer this painter's tape because it doesn't stick so aggressive. You'll need something to measure with. Obviously, you'll need the decal itself. And in the case of a window, if it's really dirty and they're stuck on bugs, maybe a scraper like this. So first step, what we're going to do is we're going to clean the window real good. This window has some bugs on it, so I'm going to go ahead and just give it a quick once over with a razor blade, being careful not to hit any paint. If you're applying it to paint, you may want to not do this unless you're extremely careful, but in the window it's fairly safe. I'm not pushing hard, I'm just trying to take off any little nicks that I hear in the glass. Once I do that, I'll wipe it down real good. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Once I have the window clean, and I'm happy with that, clean the whole area where I could possibly want to put the decal, that's good. And just pay attention. If you get any little fuzzies, wipe them off. Sometimes paper towels can leave little fuzzies that come off of the window. You don't want that to be under your graphic, so just make sure that it's clean. Then I'm going to take my tape and I'm just going to tear off two little pieces at first, like that. This is the dry method, by the way. I'll have a how to apply decal the wet method for larger decals later. But I'm not worried about how straight it is at this point. I'm just going to stick a couple pieces of tape on in the approximate location of where I want it. You'll notice when you get your decals, they have a cardboard back and they have this transfer tape. Transfer tape is used to lift the decal off of this cardboard so that the sticky side is exposed and it will stick to the window. Help you put it on the window and keep everything, all the graphics aligned. So basically I'm just going to stick these close. That's not, I don't know if that's level or not. Don't really care. I just want to get it on the vehicle. Then I'll take my ruler or tape measure, whatever you want to use. And in this case, the letters are in a straight line, and I want them to align with the edge of the window. So I'm going to take a measurement. That's about 1 1/4 on that side. And I'm going to measure over here, and I'm going to make this 1 1/4 on this side. Actually, I'm pretty close, but a little fine tuning. And there, double check both sides. I got 1 1/4 on both sides, which is good. Now, here's an important step. What I want to do is, to make things easier, is I'm going to tear a piece that's about as long as this decal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a hinge. Now these edges are poked up a little bit, so I'm going to make sure that I push them down nice and straight when I put this down. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to tape across the whole edge like that and put it down real nice. And then I can get rid of these two now. They were just my guides to make sure that I had it level. I don't need them at this point. And basically what you've created is sort of a hinge like that, okay? That'll keep that in place and it'll keep it all lined up. The next thing, you want to take your squeegee or your old credit card or your little plastic, whatever you found around the house, just something with a somewhat soft edge. And I want to raise this up and slowly peel back the cardboard. Now I want to try not to touch the graphic because that's the adhesive side. And in this case, I'm not even going to take it all the way off. I'm going to leave the bottom portion on and I'm going to make it so that my hinge goes down. And in this case, I'm just going to start that with my finger, nice and easy like that. And the transfer tape has sticky on the back too, but just not as aggressive as the decal. So then I take my card and I slowly just start working it down. And I'm going back and forth, starting in the middle and pushing on the outside. I'm not pushing hard, you can see I'm using my fingers. But I just want to go slow. And at this point, this is almost coming off, so I can remove it. And I'm going to hold this contact paper without touching the graphics. And I'm going to slowly work that down. Working from the center out. Because I want this to lay as smooth as possible. I just keep working it. Just about to the bottom. So to finish it, I just rub them down. Now at this point, I don't need this hinge anymore because the contact paper will stick to the window and hold everything in place. Now the adhesive that's on the back of decals is a pressure sensitive adhesive, meaning it's not wet like a glue. It needs pressure to be rubbed down in order for it to adhere to the surface. So I'm going to go ahead over it again and really rub it down. Starting from the center and working my way out. That way any bubbles or anything that should be under the graphic will work their way out. And now I'm putting a little more force. A lot? No, just a little bit. Just like you're rubbing something down firmly. Keep working on it. After I get the whole thing covered, it's pretty much done. The next step is to get rid of the contact paper. So what I do is I start in a corner or an edge and I peel it back on itself. And I go nice and slow because you don't want to lift up the graphics. But if you rubbed it down good, they shouldn't come up. So I'm actually, when I fold this over on itself, I'm actually pushing on the contact paper and slowly pulling it back like this. Nice and easy. Once I'm done, I can discard that. It's that simple. Don't be afraid of decals. They're really cool and they can really customize your vehicle, your boat, your house, whatever you want to make decals for. Anyway, that's all. Stay tuned and look for my other videos. Thank you. Bye.